What's up, guys? Jeff Cavaliere, ATHLEAN-X.com. So if you want to have the most effective back workout, then you have to train with effective reps. And guess what? Jesse, you're training with effective reps.
Ah,
right.
that sucks.
So what we do, what are you doing back here anyway?
I'm flexing.
Okay, put the weight down, pick your 12 rep max. So you start with a 12 rep max on the exercise you're going to do. This case is going to be a seated cable row, one of my favorite exercises, and you can actually do it 2 different ways. Right? Not only am I going to show you how to do this, I'm going to show you how to do a vastly different application of this on a second exercise, and I'm going to give you a full workout too. You go, Jesse, to failure here, and I want to hear how every repetition feels in terms of effort and what you're putting forth in every single rep.
Okay, elbows high?
Let's do upper back, so I want your elbows up higher.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All right. That's easy.
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 Looking good, Jesse.
Oh, thank you. That's easy. All right, that's good.
Okay, so far, not really too much going on here. Is that 6?
I'm feeling it a little bit
Okay,
now.
6. If he properly chose his 12 rep max, then it's just obviously should take him out at around 12 reps.
Oh, it's getting hard.
Okay.
What
are we at? Is that 10?
It's 10 now.
Okay. Come on. Pull it up. Get it, get it, get it. Come on, these are supposed to be failure. Hard repetitions. There you go. Pull it, pull it, pull it. Get it. There you go. Cool. So obviously, that's a good effort. That's where you want to be. We call that the ignition set. Those repetitions, unfortunately, get thrown out, though. They don't count towards what we're trying to work towards. Because what we want is effective reps. How long do you normally rest, Jesse?
1 to 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Depends
Here's
on
the good news.
Scrolling.
Stop resting. Pick it up now, and let's get going again. Yeah,
Now.
15 to 30 seconds max is where you want to be if you want to train in this effective rep strategy. Okay, so he's going to give himself set. He's probably already around 20 seconds. Now, I want you to do it again.
Okay.
Tell me how it feels from each repetition.
All right. That's already hard.
Okay, good, perfect.
It's still hard.
It's 2 effective reps. 3, come on, pull. 4, get it going, get it. 5, good, you got any more? That's it?
I'm trying to muscle one.
All right, come on, push. No. No. So 5. So what you do is you only count the reps that came after that first ignition set. It was only meant to kickstart the process so that we can bypass those initial repetitions that don't really contribute to the overall force generation of the muscles you're trying to train. Right? In other words, when you do a typical set of 12 reps and you keep repeating it that way, you're really throwing away the first half of every single set because it's just meant to fatigue you to those grinding or results producing repetitions at the back end of the set. Right. When you decrease that rest time like we do here, you can jump right back into those effective reps more quickly. Now, the 2 ways you could have done this, if you wanted to, Jesse, pick that up one more time. You don't have to go with the high elbow position because that will work, as you probably saw on Jesse, more of the upper back here. Go ahead, pull one. More of that upper back and rear delts especially. You could drop the elbows down and target more of the lats on this if you wanted to. Now the second one, we actually drastically changed the load, and it changes exactly how you're going to do your next exercise. So now the cool thing about effective rep training is you don't have to concern yourself with, oh, I'm doing 3 sets of 12 or 4 sets of 10. It's not about that. It's about effective reps only. So after that first initial set, determined by the weight you used on that first set, you determine how many effective reps you want. So when you use your 12 rep max on a first exercise like that seated row, you go for 20 effective reps in total, however many sets it takes you. On this exercise here, the lat pull down, we have a new opportunity to go heavier because you don't always have to use your 12 rep max as your initial set, your ignition set weight that you're using. In this case, Jesse, I want you to use your 8 rep max actually. We can go much heavier, and I'm going to show you how this changes. Your 8 rep max, if you're going to use something heavier because you want to train heavier, then your effective rep count will come down to 10. Your first set here should be the 8 rep max failure if you can, if you choose your weight properly. So now do your lat pull down. Get a semi-narrow grip just outside of shoulder width. Try, yep, go ahead. Tell me how it feels.
It's good.
Okay, a little bit more effort, obviously, right from the get-go.
Yep. That's 3.
Good.
It's already getting hard.
Okay, well, you should have obviously chosen this weight appropriately. 4. 5. Come on. Can you get 3 more? Let's go, let's go. 6. You get a little bit of momentum if you have to. A little bit of cheat. Kind of call it a power pull down if you get a little cheat. Just don't keep leaning all the way back until you use all momentum. Get it. Get it. Is that number 8? Good. Okay. Now, let it go up. Again, applying the same short rest here is going to be a little bit difficult to get to these repetitions, but that's why we're only looking for 10 in total. So he may jump back on here and get 2 or 3, and then in subsequent sets get 2, and then 1. If you chip away until you get to your 10 effective reps, you still applied effective reps to your workout, but you've done so with a higher tension load here, maybe even a little bit more of a focus on driving hypertrophy through that mechanism rather than through the higher reps. All right, time to go back again.
I'm going to do it again?
Yeah, go. Yeah, of course. That's what we're talking about. This is what this is about, effective rep training.
I thought you were talking.
No. So now you go. Okay, there's 1. That's a good one. Come on, grind them out. Let's go. That's 1 effective rep so far. That's 2 effective reps. If you got 3, do it. Oh, I'll give it to you. Good. Okay, good. 3. You stop, you rest again, and then you've got your next effective rep, which will be your 4th in this case. You just keep chipping away, rest pause style, until you reach your 10 effective reps in this case. Now, I want to show you guys how you put this together into a workout, utilizing both the lower rep strategies and the higher rep strategies to complete 1 effective back workout. So I promised you an effective back workout. This is what it's going to look like. So the first exercise up, I would say, make it a compound lift like the barbell row, but stick to that 12 rep max load that you're using on that first ignition set. And remember, the ignition set doesn't count. It just sets the stage for the subsequent repetitions that you're going to work towards, those effective reps, after those 15 to 30 seconds of rest. And this time you're doing it on something called the barbell dead row. And all that's happening here is instead of just being strict like this, you're actually allowing yourself to lift up like the first part of a deadlift and then finish the row from the knees up. So you're allowed some additional momentum to compensate for the fact that that fatigue is going to set in. 20 effective reps there using the same load that you used here, making sure it was 12. The second exercise up, this is the seated cable row. And I talked about the 2 different positions that you could get into. What I'd like you to do here is do your first 10 repetitions when you're working on your effective reps and that elbow high position like Jesse did. After you get through there, you're going to have some of that more accumulated fatigue. You can compensate for that by just dropping the elbows down, focusing a little bit more on the lats where there's a little bit more strength, and finish off with 10 more effective reps. So you're still going for 20 effective reps here. This is literally like my classic days in the basement of ATHLEAN-X where I was drawing on the whiteboard. But you guys used to like me breaking this down, so here we go. Third exercise up, you saw that here as well. It's just the lat pull down, but this is where we introduced that, you can use some heavier weights on the ignition set to kind of set the stage for fewer effective reps, but still very difficult, high tension, productive reps. Why do we use it here? Because on the lat pull down, if needed, we can safely get some more momentum and full body momentum to get that down. I mentioned the power pull down. Just don't keep pulling until you're literally laying backwards. I mean, get it going, but then stop the momentum and pull as you saw Jesse do on the exercise. Then number 4, we have the dumbbell high pull. And it's one of my favorite upper back exercises. It's a good classic pulling exercise. Here I recommend the 12 rep max as the weight, going for those full 20 effective reps. So remember on the high pull, this is not an upright row. This is actually with your thumbs pointing up higher than your pinkies. Okay? Thumbs are higher than your pinkies on this exercise. And then finally we have something called the ROM pull down. We just flip the grip underhand and make sure that we're getting those elbows out in front of us, narrow grip, and get a good stretch on the lats on every single repetition. So almost lingering in that stretch position at the top. You can go with actually an 8 rep max here if you wanted to, because you once again have the opportunity on a pull down to utilize a little bit of momentum, so you could do 10 effective reps here in total. If you want to see what these actually look like, I'll link something called the 100 workout for you that we have actually here on YouTube. You can check out exactly how each one of these plays out. And if you want to hear more about effective reps, because people are talking about them, you're going to want to listen to these clips right here, because people are using them, guys, and they're working. All right, guys, if you're looking for full programs, you can find them at ATHLEAN-X.com. Check out these clips.
Jeff Cavallari, ATHLEAN-X, super smart guy.
Yeah.
And we would go back and forth, and I'd be like, look, if I'm at my last 3 reps, why do we have to rest for 2 minutes? Like, who said that? Who made that up? Is it really a recovery thing, 2 minutes before you can go back into 12 more reps? What if we just rest 30 seconds and then you're right back into that thing almost immediately, and those are the things that are tearing the tissues and growing the muscle and all that kind of stuff. So just experimenting with it all.
It's such an amazing time if you're interested in physical fitness, because there's so many people that really understand like the science behind building.
There's this YouTube guy I follow, ATHLEAN-X.
Yeah, I follow that too.
Jeff. And he does these ERs, they're called. And I've been doing this and I've been seeing results. Is he thinks that the real hypertrophy, which I think is scientifically backed, the real hypertrophy comes at the last 2 to 3 reps of an exercise. So say you're doing, 12, 10, 8, 6. The last, 9, 10, 11, 12 is really where the hypertrophy comes. So what he says is he does 20 efficient reps, right? 20 ER. So you get an ignition set. So you take a weight that you'll fail at between 8 and 12. Let's say you're doing bicep curls. You'll take a 50-pound dumbbell and you'll fail at 10. You're failing at 10. When failing to him means you're breaking the form and the concentric exercise, and you're failing. You're using other muscles to kind of recruit the bicep to get that. That's failing. So he says what you do then, that's your ignition set. You take a 50-pound dumbbell, your ignition set is 10 reps. Boom, good. You wait 15 seconds. Now the real workout begins. You have to get 20 efficient reps, 20 ERs in that time. So after you do the 10, you're at failure, wait 15 seconds, boom. 1, 2, maybe I can get 4, and then I got to take a break. Wait 15 seconds, boom, boom, boom. Every 15 seconds up to 20, that's one set. Then you move on to the brachioradialis, the brachialis, the front deltoid, whatever it may be, and ATHLEAN-X says you stay in that one type of workout he has, you stay in that efficient rep range, and I got to tell you, I've went from doing his efficient rep exercise, I went from being able to do about 10 pull-ups in a row to 20 in about a month and a half.
Wow.
So with weight, right? So I think I've been following that ATHLEAN-X YouTube follow, in my opinion, one of the best follows you can on YouTube.